Good morning, Wildcats. Today is Wednesday, February 25th. I'm Jackson.
And I'm Gavin.
And this is your Wildcat News. Fun fact, avocados are technically a single-seeded berry.
Today's quote today is, sow a thought and you reap an act. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. By Samuel Smiles.
Today is National Clam Chowder Day.
On this day in history, in 1964, 22-year-old Cassius Clay shocks the odds makers by dethroning the world heavyweight boxing champ, Sonny Liston, in a 7th-round technical knockout. Former champ Joe Louis called it the biggest upset in the history of boxing.
All juniors will be automatically registered to take the free school day SAT at WCHS on March 4th. Students may use this test for college applications, Bright Futures eligibility, and graduation testing requirements.
We are excited to announce that many of our local Pasco County scholarships have officially opened for applications. These opportunities are now available for students to view directly in their Jello accounts. Check your Wildcat Wisdom newsletter for more information.
We will be hosting the PERT test tomorrow for anyone interested in taking dual enrollment courses over the summer and the next school year. Please note that the PERT is offered only once per year at WCHS. Students must pass at least the reading and writing sections of the PERT to qualify for dual enrollment coursework.
The Marines will be at both lunches today.
Good morning, Wildcats. This is Carter with your Wildcat Sports Report. In this week's school sports, on Monday, girls lacrosse plays River Ridge at home at 5, and JV baseball plays at Zephyr Hills at 6 o'clock. On Tuesday, girls flag football plays Cypress at home at 7 o'clock, and softball plays Mitchell at 6. Also, varsity baseball plays Land O'Lakes at home at 7. On Wednesday, JV baseball plays Land O'Lakes at home at 6 o'clock. On Thursday, softball faces off at home against ACAD Lakes at 6:30. And on Friday, girls lacrosse plays All Saints at home at 5 p.m. Softball and varsity baseball head to Land O'Lakes to play at 6 and 7 o'clock, respectively. In this week's Tampa sports, the Lightning returned from the Winter Olympics on Wednesday with a home game against the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7:30. On Thursday, they head to Raleigh for a game against the Hurricanes at 7 o'clock before returning to Tampa for a game on Saturday against the Buffalo Sabres. After beginning their spring training games last Saturday, the Rays continue their daily games at 1 o'clock with a match against the Boston Red Sox on Monday. On Tuesday, they face off against the Minnesota Twins before playing the Baltimore Orioles on Wednesday, the Red Sox again on Thursday, and the Toronto Blue Jays on Friday. Lastly, they play the Detroit Tigers on Saturday and the Atlanta Braves on Sunday. All games will be played at either the Charlotte Sports Park in Port Charlotte or at Lecom Park in Bradenton. And now for today's lunch. Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Carter, and this is your Wildcat Lunch. For today's entrees, we have a PB&J sandwich, buffalo chicken tender wraps, a cheese pizza, a pepperoni pizza, bone-in chicken wings, barbecue bone-in chicken wings, and a soft pretzel. For vegetables, we have Popeye-sized salad and buffalo roasted cauliflower. For our fruits, we have fresh sliced apples, dried cranberries, and fruit juice. And lastly, for our milk choices, we have 1% milk and fat-free chocolate milk. And now on to today's weather.
Good morning, Wildcats. My name is Zoe, and this is your Wildcat weather. Today's forecast calls for a high of 70 and a low of 35. There will be a 0% chance of rain. Wind speeds will range from 1 to 9 miles per hour with gusts up to 15 miles per hour. The average humidity will be 26%, and UV levels will reach up to a 6 or a high on the UV index. Also, air conditions for breathing will be fair today, and there is a very high risk of allergy symptoms. And now back to your anchors.
If there's anything else that needs to be added to the Wildcat News, please feel free to contact Mr. Davis at the email address displayed on screen.
And that's all for your Wildcat News. Have a great day, Wildcats.